Welcome everyone to the Collective Compass movement.
What's up, y'all? It's Leslie, the founder of the Collective Compass, and I'm back with another episode of Biohack Myths Uncovered for you guys. This is where I show you how to biohack your self-elevation limitations so that you can take your authentic life back and you can do it without creating a health crisis. If you're working really hard to achieve life goals and to elevate and course correct yourself so that you can take your authentic life back, if you're somebody that's been struggling with unmanageable anxiety and you've been having serious mental fatigue from the process of change and trying to elevate yourself, then you want to subscribe right now to the Collective Compass movement and definitely watch this entire video, because the myth that I'm unpacking for you guys today is going to seriously take your self-elevation to the next level. It's going to help you feel so much more comfortable in the process. And because it's going to feel comfortable, you're going to be able to do more positive change with even less energy. So today's myth is loving the process is impossible. If you have come to the point in your self-elevation or making positive change or taking your authentic life back to where you have decided that loving the process is just so impossible, there's no freaking way that it can be true, that you can actually love the process. I promise you, I've been there, and I want to help you find your way out of that mindset. And being able to really learn how to love the process has been such a shock to me, because honestly, it was just something that I thought was a goal, but not all the way attainable. But since I've been able to really deep down, like all the way to the core of my being, love the process, even in the discomfort, it has been able to help me create so much relief and so much consistency, because I no longer have the anxiety that comes with facing all these fears. And it really helps me beat the mental fatigue, because the mental fatigue is coming from all of the overstimulation and overthinking. If you're somebody that overthinks everything, if you're a deep thinker and you're trying to think of all the angles and think of all the ways and think of all the solutions, I mean, think about the changes that you're making and think about the mental energy. Just think about everything that you're doing. It's amazing. It's really challenging. And honestly, it can be so hard to feel like you can actually love the process. If you can get on the other side of this limitation, you are going to have so much clarity, relief, and balanced energy. My stress level has decreased so much. And so I want to be able to share how you guys can learn to love the process for real. I'm going to give you 3 ways right now that you can learn to love the process. First thing that you can do right now to love the process is to focus on what feels good. You are going to find yourself in so much discomfort. You have got to be able to remind yourself to focus on what feels good. If you're somebody that's struggling to find what feels good and to be able to focus on what feels good for you, then go to the website right now and get access to the inner circle, because I have a free exercise that is so powerful. It'll be able to help you walk through how to reconnect with the things that actually make you feel good and the things that you love. Definitely check out that free resource if you're struggling to focus on what feels good. But if you already know how to focus on what feels good, then you just need to remind yourself, when you're starting to feel like you are not able to love the process, find something that feels good. So the second way that you're going to be able to learn to love the process is to stop taking it so personally. Failing forward and being vulnerable and just putting yourself out there and just trying it and just doing the things and learning the skills, it's so hard when you're taking it personally. So a couple of ways that you can take positive change personally is that when you realize that you have some things you need to change, you start to think about all the things that you could have done differently, or that, you know, you made a mistake on, or that you see in a different way now. And it's just all of this self-awareness and self-reflecting that comes with making positive change. You have to first recognize where you may have fallen off, and you have to see your mistakes, and you have to really take ownership for some of the choices and decisions that you made to get yourself to the point of wanting to course correct. And honestly, it's such a normal thing to attach guilt and shame with all of that processing. It's so normal to experience the pain of guilt and shame when you're trying to elevate yourself and when you're trying to better your life. And if you can stop taking all of it so personally and just allow yourself to fail forward, allow yourself to look stupid, allow yourself to fuck up publicly without worrying about it turning people off to what you're trying to do. It's so important to just give yourself a chance to get out there, and you have to practice and you have to try. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, you're having to craft a new skill. You're having to learn something new. Just be grateful that you're willing to try. You know, there's so many ways that you can learn how to stop taking it personally. This is something that we really focus on in the 4-week course, attaching your identity to what you've accomplished, the things that you have to show for what you've done. You can really develop a toxic sense of identity. So that brings me to my 2 expert resources that I want to share with you guys right now. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and to also get the book, The Mastery of Self by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. These 2 books have helped me personally on such a deep level. So I know that's a lot to unpack. I'm not going to go into that right now. It's definitely a big component of learning to love the process. So the 3rd way that you're going to learn to love the process is to learn to find the solutions within the problem. You can get so hung up on the problem that you can forget that the problem exists to point you towards a solution. If you have a problem or a pain point or something that you feel like is keeping you from taking that next step forward or making that change or elevating or whatever it is your problem or pain point that you're focusing on that for a reason. So always remember that your problems are trying to show you solutions. And so if you get really hung up on just focusing on the problem itself, then you're not going to be able to see through the problem to find the solution. And honestly, I know it's going to sound really crazy. I don't know if any of you guys remember those magic eye things back in the day. It is the best explanation of what it feels like to see a solution within a problem. If you're somebody that's ever done the magic eye books, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you have to look through the picture almost to see that 3D image pop up at you. Literally, there is a 3D image that pops up at you, like out of the page. I don't even know how in the heck they make these things, but it's still mind-blowing to me. And it reminds me so much of how you can see a solution in the problem, because when you're focused on the surface layer of the problem and you're not looking through the problem into what it can be showing you, what's the problem trying to show you, then you're not going to see that 3D image just pop up right at you. So I apologize if you have no idea what I'm talking about with the magic eye books. You should definitely check those out. Honestly, it was like one of the weirdest, coolest things, most mind-blowing things I've ever seen. Positive change can feel so hard because it's disorienting, and the new and unfamiliar territory and the new challenges and the new skills and the new elevation is so positive in so many ways, but it's also so disorienting. And your anxiety and your mental fatigue is probably coming from you just not having that sense of security anymore. And even though you're really excited about all the new things that you're doing and all the new goals that you're accomplishing, that anxiety and that mental fatigue is coming from the lack of sense of security and you're trying to kind of get adjusted to where you are in this new space, but at the same time, you're still having to keep doing new things. So it's like you can never quite catch up to creating that sense of security. And so really, it's not where you are necessarily that you're trying to get comfortable with. It's the process, being able to find the solution that the problem is showing you is so crucial, because that's going to help you develop self-trust. And the more self-trust and confidence you have in just your own ability to maneuver through what's uncomfortable, that's where your sense of security is going to come from. Just being able to master the challenge, being able to be comfortable in your elevation, going after your goals and always wanting to learn new things and always elevate to the next level. If you're somebody that just knows that you're just always wanting to elevate to the next level, then your sense of security and foundation is going to come from developing self-trust. If you're struggling with finding the solution in the problem, I'm going to give you 3 strategic actions that you can take right now. They're going to help you learn how to find the solution within the problem. Step number 1, ask yourself good questions. What else can happen? What else can go wrong? Why is this always happening to me? Those kinds of questions are not going to bring you the solutions that you're looking for. So I know you guys know that these are not the types of supportive questions that you could be asking yourself. And it's really important to remember to ask yourself good questions. If you want to be able to find the solutions within a problem, you have to be able to ask the right questions, like as if you're looking for solutions. So these questions are actually more focused on the problem. So it's going to keep showing you more of the problem. It's going to keep showing you more examples of what the problem is. And if you're focused on the problem, then the problems are going to keep showing up. What you want to actually do to shift this is to start asking yourself really good questions that are going to help you actually find the solution. Some examples of really good questions that help you find solutions are, what am I missing? What am I missing? Where can I find relief? Where is the solution? I mean, honestly, the easiest thing that you can ask yourself is, where's the solution? I know that sounds common sense, but it's crazy how the chaos and discomfort makes us even forget to even ask, what's the solution? Intentionally ask yourself, what is the solution? What am I trying to get out of this? What am I trying to learn? What am I missing? What can I see that's going to help me? Where can I find relief? So these are all more solution-oriented questions. And to me, those are the good questions, okay? So the second strategic action step that you can take right now to be able to find the solutions within the problem, to create the space to hear the answers. This is just as important as the first step, because not only do you have to know what really good questions to ask that are solution focused, you really have to learn how to create the space to receive the answers. So the answers are basically the solutions. The answers are maybe just little steps that all add up to a solution, but the answers that you receive from your really good solution-oriented questions are going to point you in the right direction. So it may take a couple of answers to get you to the relief and the solutions that you're looking for, but you're going in the right direction. So it's going to help you to have a feeling of confidence and peace and trust. And all of these are positive things. You have to have positive energy to be able to create this space where you're feeling the solutions come to you. So the third strategic action that you can take right now is to take action now. Take strategic action now. Do not wait. Take immediate strategic action. If you are finding yourself in procrastination mode or avoiding the problem, if you're starting to react to the problem by avoiding it, then you really need to understand the importance of step 3. So I know it sounds a little bit redundant. Just be real with yourself. Recognize that you just need to take immediate strategic action. The longer that you wait, the harder that it may feel to try to approach the problem to find a solution. So if you take immediate strategic action, it's going to help you not switch back into autopilot when you get too overwhelmed by the challenge. And it's going to help you create a genuine feeling of relief. When you take immediate action and you don't allow yourself to procrastinate, it feels like progress, and progress feels good. So it's like this domino effect of positive energy. So I know this is probably a lot to process, but I really want you to be able to have a video that can give you some tools on how you can realistically love the process. It is so hard to find your way through new and uncomfortable change. But remember, you're not thinking your way through this, you're feeling your way through this. If you can learn to love the process, then it's going to help you do all of this self-elevating and course correcting without creating a health crisis. So if you're experiencing burnout, please don't keep pushing yourself harder. Find ways that you can adapt to the change easier. Find ways that you can learn to love the challenge and learn to love the process, because this is going to give you a positive source of energy to be able to take that next step forward and to make all this change, to make your goals really happen, to make your vision all come together. Think about what feels good to your soul and think about what feels good to your long-term vision. Think about how good it feels to really actively be creating your most authentic life, and the fulfillment that you get from being able to wake up every day knowing that you're doing everything that you've always wanted to do, that you've created that life vision for yourself, and just allow yourself to experience the positive energy that comes with doing all of this for good. Because at the end of the day, you're making positive change because you want to be able to enjoy it. You want to be able to enjoy yourself. You want to be able to enjoy your life. You want to be able to enjoy all of your authentic, positive energy. And you really can truly learn to love the process for real. It is hard, but I promise you it's worth it. And it's only hard in the beginning, because the more you learn about loving the process, the easier that it gets. The more you learn to love the process of change, the easier it feels. And the more you just keep showing up for yourself and keep elevating to the next level, the more you're going to learn how to find clarity in the chaos and create relief for yourself. You can accelerate into this life vision that you have. All you need are the tools to get you there. So if you are struggling with unmanageable anxiety and mental fatigue, I want to invite you to connect even more with the Collective Compass. Get enrolled in our free webinar. We have a 4-week course that is open right now. This is going to give you the advanced biohacks that you need, rewiring your mind and body to adapt to positive change, to be able to handle the positive change, and to be able to self-elevate with positive energy. So if you have been running on fear fuel all this time and it's causing you to feel burnt out, and you know for a fact that if you don't switch over to a positive source of energy that you are going to burn out and possibly cause a serious health crisis. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that you find this video helpful and that you can learn to love the process. It is not impossible. I know that it feels that way. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. Check out all the other videos that we have on the channel that can help you rewire your anxiety and mental fatigue into positive empowerment, clarity, and energy for you to be able to bring your most authentic life vision to reality. Stay tuned for next week's Biohack Myth video. We are bringing these videos to you every week. So again, subscribe, like, and share the video. Comment below if you have any biohack myths that you would love to see unpacked. And until next time,